Coach, you had the season opener over the weekend down in southern Indiana. Came off with a loss. Tell us how the game went.
Well, I was really happy with the way we played. I thought that we played hard. We gave a lot of effort. We showed a competitiveness that we hadn't showed in practice and in recent scrimmages. So I was really happy with that, and I think that allowed us to not let the game get out of hand. If you look at the stats, I'd say we probably had 2 bad minutes. You can tell we out-rebounded them. We got to the free throw line more than them. We had less turnovers. So we won a lot of the statistical categories. Just didn't come out with the win.
Talk about some of the things you guys been working on in practice that went well in this opener.
Well, we've been harping a lot on taking care of the ball and trying to limit, what we call the dumb turnovers, just the unforced errors. And I thought we did a better job of that. We still can improve in that area. We've been working a lot on patience offensively, making sure we get good shots. And I thought we did a good job of attacking, especially using ball screens and getting in the paint. We got to start finishing those shots, and I think we're getting to the point where we're realizing that, and the more, those shots, those similar shots we take in practice, and the harder we practice, the better outcomes we're going to have in games.
On the other side, what were some things that you noticed in the game that you definitely are working on this week in practice?
Again, we're working on finishing shots. We want to work a little bit on our defense. We gave up a lot of points. 76 is too many for us to give up. So, we're going to continue to work on rebounding and communicating so we all know what defense we're in. But, I think our big focus this week is making sure our offense helps our defense. When we shoot quick and miss shots that we should be making, we tend to get a lot of transition pushed back at us, and we need to make sure that we're taking care of the ball offensively, maybe running the clock down a little bit more to really help our defense out.
Talk about a couple of the girls who really performed well this past weekend.
We're putting a lot of pressure on our sophomore class of Kayla Womack and Kristen Greene to really kind of carry the load for us offensively, and I thought they did a good job of really trying to do what we're asking them to do. They took a lot of shots, and I'd say all of them were shots that I liked. I don't think there were too many shots I'd tell them not to take. So I think as we continue through the season, they're going to start dropping those shots and putting some big numbers up. Grace came off the bench and played well. I thought it's probably the best I've seen her play since I've been here, including in practice and in our scrimmages. Just really was a little bit of a presence for us offensively down in the paint, and same with Charity. I thought that Charity had some good moments. We need better consistency out of everybody, but for the most part, I thought we had some good spurts there.
Kristen, you had your first game of the season over the weekend. Kind of nice to get the season going, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's always nice to get that first game under your belt. We're done with practice, or not done with practice, but I mean we're finally starting to play other competition. Not just playing against each other, and so it really gives us an insight of to how good we're practicing and how what we need to do to improve.
From a player's perspective, talk about things you guys did well on Saturday.
Well, the first half was, good up until the last, 2 or 3 minutes. We did pretty good passing the ball around and looking inside, taking shots that, were there and open. The last 2 minutes weren't quite as well. But the second half, we really picked it up, and we really started looking inside towards our post and penetrating and doing the things that they weren't able to stop us at. We really focused on what coaches were telling us and used that to our advantage, I thought.
Yeah, you guys won the points in the paint battle. Is that going to be something that's key, to success, getting the ball to your bigs?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we have 2 girls who are probably, 2 of the bigger girls in our league, between Grace and Charity, and definitely getting the ball into them is not only going to give them, points in the paint, which, are, easier to come by, I guess, but then it's going to open up our guards to be able to shoot outside. And so, I mean, it's going to be a win-win. Get the ball inside and get them scoring, and it's going to open everything else up for us.
Talk about the things you guys are doing in practice, how those will pay dividends down the line.
Well, definitely, like Coach said, slowing down the ball, trying to get better offensive possessions. We want to win, all the quarters, and each offensive possession we want to have a good one, because we know that coming back on defense, it's only going to pick us up and be able to drive us forward. So definitely that, and then limiting our turnovers. I mean, we're only killing ourselves. Most of our turnovers that we've had, between the last game and then our 2 scrimmages, they were unforced. It's just us doing mentally, not being strong enough. So it's really just those are, I think, kind of the main things that we really need to focus on.
Second game of the season this Saturday, Wisconsin Parkside. What's your expectations for this matchup?
Definitely coming out with a win. We want to improve on things that we learned from the last game, and so limiting our turnovers, limiting the offensive boards we give up, taking better shots, really knocking them down. That was a problem. We didn't knock down a lot of the open shots that we had, and so I think those are really the main things we really got to focus on.